Hello everybody, what is going on? And welcome back to episode number 4 of season 5 of our Road to Glory career mode. I hope that you are all doing well. We start today by showing you a news article talking about the top draw performances from one player in particular, that man of course being Viktor Kovalenko, who has had a, quite frankly, sensational start to his career here at Forest Green. So much so, he sits as our top scorer at the moment in the Premier League. On the other side of that, Solano is the top assist maker. So the duo that carried us last season of Solano and Lopez, we lost one half of that, but we gained Kovalenko, and it's seemingly working again for us. There's a lot to get through today though, so sit back, relax, and hopefully enjoy as we bring you highlights of game number 1, which came away at the Hawthorns up against West Brom. And how we were not 1-0 up inside 20 minutes, I have no idea. Solano from very close range was unable to find the finish. But not too long later, the through ball from our captain over the back line of West Brom. Leicester managed to get onto it. He headed it down into his path and then on the half volley put it in off the inside of the post. A wonderful finish, but an even better over the top ball as well. Well, was it even better? I'm not sure. But anyways, we then made it 2 after a sensational solo run from Alan St. Maximin, picking up the ball around about 30 yards away from goal, carried it past 3 or 4 players, and that is what we bought him for, the ability that he has got. He could be arguably a legend here at Forest Green, and the way he's progressing as well in terms of his overall, I actually feel like for years to come, he will be a staple part of our front 3. Him, Solano, and maybe somebody else, possibly Lopez on his return, if we get him back. Yeah, he could be here for a number of years and just have such a good career, right? But into the game as well, Solano, I don't know how he didn't score. Kovalenko set him up for a header, which he put wide. And then Kovalenko basically said, all right, well, I'll take matters into my own hands, as he added the 3rd to the game. So a 3-0 victory. What a way to start the day off. And I feel like I've said our captain's name about 5-6 times already. But that just shows you the impact he has on our team. As you'll see here, he had a hand in all 3 of the goals we scored there. 1 for himself and 2 assists also. So yeah, that's pretty much why I'm talking about him so much, because he's just so good. And we would then face off against Spurs in the Carabao Cup. I think this is the round of 16, I want to say. So I would have liked an easier draw. As you know, Spurs are, I think, the only side to have beaten us so far this season. But if we beat them, then it would be pretty much on us to try and go all the way in the competition itself. And as you know, now that we've got the squad depth, I am playing through the cups a little bit more. And this game against Spurs was so end-to-end, either side really could have taken the win. I named a bit of a weaker team as it was our cup side, but it's still, they had a fair few first-teamers as well. So both teams really going for this. And you could argue that we had the slightly better of the chances, but it was actually a substitute who came on to find the goal with 12 minutes to play. Solano manages to let the ball run, and then with the right foot from the tightest of angles, manages to squeeze it into that top corner. And it ended up being Forest Green 1, Spurs 0. So not a lot to separate the two teams. But in the end, we move through to the quarterfinals and Spurs are knocked out. So arguably one of our toughest competitors. And we'll have to see who we do, in fact, get in the quarterfinal itself. Our final Postcom game for now features us as we took on, I want to say Brentford. Yes, Brentford. And you might remember we've had some pretty crazy games against them in the series. We've had a couple of 4-3 games. They were the side that we beat, you might remember as well, in the final of the Championship playoffs in that unreal game, which I still can't get over how mental that was. So yeah, they have been a bit of a, I want to say, entertaining opponent for us over the course of this series. But now we're so far ahead in terms of quality that I felt the game should just be one way. And it's exactly the way it went. Solano started things off, then Kovalenko hit the crossbar, sadly, as he went in search of our 2nd of the game. And then just before half-time, Alan St. Maximin down this right-hand side, pulled it back into the middle. Solano there misses it with the first chance, but the ball found its way to the unmarked Leicester as he made sure to put it into the empty net. 2-0 just before the break, and that would be pretty much it. But there was chance for one more goal in the game. Solano taking this one really well. And actually, I've just realised he ends up getting a hat-trick. So I wasn't right there when I said was chance for one more goal in the game, because he does pick up the match ball from this one, making it 4-0. Gravenberch into his path here. The drag back to get it past the defender. Excellent work. And then the finish as well to boot. And that was it, 4-0. So compare that to our previous games against them. Much easier, right? In terms of not having to worry about us conceding a goal at all. We still managed to score the 4. We just didn't actually give them any in return. And there he is collecting his match ball. Our first of the live games, though, will feature up against Manchester United away at Old Trafford. As we run through the team real quickly as Postcombat, the game is in live. So without further ado, I'll hand it over to the capable hands of myself. Enjoy this game. First touch of the game for Jesse Lingard, and actually too much time and space for Jesse Lingard. Where did we go there then? The two centre-backs, what happened to them? Because Lingard picked up the ball and ran, and the space was there. Rice was not quick enough to get back to him, so, the run of Fedoshalov takes Ayer out of position. You've got to let Todibo take over. Let Todibo have the run of Fedoshalov, and then you stay in your position, and that goal does not come. But for some bizarre reason, Christopher Ayer follows the run, and that takes him completely out. Lingard scores 5 minutes into the game. We're 1-0 down. 5 minutes until half-time here. Lovely ball from Vargas, finds Solano. He's trying to open up the space with a drag back, and he's done it really well. And Christian Solano has equalised at Old Trafford. It is brilliant work from him to get the chance in the first place, and then he takes it wonderfully. And I'll tell you what, I've struggled here. Manchester United have done rather well of keeping us quiet, but the one person that you do not want to let even have a sight of goal is that man. Here is the substitute, Pedro de la Vega, the fake shot to get past one into the Manchester United penalty area. The shot comes in, it's saved by the goalkeeper, and it's going to be a corner ball. But De La Vega with some excellent work on the right-hand side. And I thought for sure that was going to be 2-1. Laquerda to Solano. We've got 3 minutes left as De La Vega is open on this right-hand side. Need to try and pull this back into a good area. Kovalenko with it. Out to Rice with some space to work with. Declan Rice with the shot. Kept out by Areola. As I've just completely messed up his name. But anyway, we've got a minute to play. And I'm not sure we'll find a winner. It looks like it's just going to be a point from Old Trafford, which I'll take, but equally, since we've gone behind, we have been the team on top. Corner ball then, Vargas to take it. Can we win this header in the box? The delivery is there, and I think it's Todibo with their first header. Oh, it's punched back by the goalkeeper. Oh, there was nearly a chance. It was nearly a chance, but unfortunately, it didn't quite fall for us. Kovalenko to Laquerda. 2 additional minutes by the referee. We've already played over that. Vargas to De La Vega. De La Vega now chipping it in. It's a poor delivery. And that will be it from Old Trafford then. The header coming back in, actually. Nah, I've rushed it. There's full time. It's finished 1-1. Solano gets us a point after Lingard opens up the scoring. But I'm disappointed that we haven't got more from the game. Southampton at home is our next game. I decided to sim it. It's a 3-0 win. Solano missed a penalty in it as well. Sent Maximin Rice and De La Vega with the goals too. But I did actually make one change. Godfrey came in at centre-back for Ayer. And our next game after this will be Watford away at Vicarage Road. And I'll keep the team the same for that. Because, yeah, I'm just going to give Ayer a little break on the bench. He was, well, I don't want to say it was completely his fault for the goal. But at the same time, it was him who kind of moved out of position to allow Manchester United to score that goal. Jesse Lingard, of course. But yeah, it's not like he's made too many mistakes, but with Godfrey asking to play and that happening, I'll give Godfrey a game. I also have realised too that we've got a top quality player in our reserves. Where is he? There he is, Fisher. He's a French right mid / right wing / centre forward with a left foot, but he's 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. I can't remember if he came through the club's youth academy or if we got him from the free agents list, but he is 19. So I'm going to be training him up. Watford, you might remember, had that great start to the season last year. I'm not sure where they sit in the league table this time around. But anyway, their team, I don't think it's changed that much from the one that we've played before. And if I remember, it was a pretty good side. So this will not be an easy game for us. Vargas lets it run. It's lovely by him. And it's saved by the keeper. If only the finish was as good as the turn. That was 1-0. St. Maximin has it. Showcasing that silky skills that he's got as he runs past 2. Now delivers towards the edge of the penalty area. That's not where I was aiming. But hey, the skill was brilliant. And I look at the Vargas turn. It was so good to get himself in that position. But then he's got to keep the composure to find the goal. Sarr finding Thuram. Thuram with the shots. And the first chance that Watford have. They score. And that is what will happen when you don't take your own chance. And that is rather frustrating. Because up until this point, we'd not even given them a sight of our goal. But that's what happens. Taram, what a finish this is. Watford lead at Vicarage Road. And I'm not too worried. I feel like we will get another chance anyway. And we'll probably take it. But could we have done anything about this? Nah, it's just a tremendous finish from Taram. St. Maximin finds Kovalenko. A 1-2 will set through. Alan St. Maximin for the finish. And he finds the bottom corner of the goal. Kovalenko is having a bit of a quiet time in the live games today. But at least he's assisted here. And that is brilliant from Alan St. Maximin. The goal was there. And he had to pick his spot and find it. And he did it so well. Right, we're back on level terms here. Now let's go and find another goal to put us in front. Rice. St. Maximin, Kovalenko on the spin, and that is beautiful, and that is much more like it. 2-1 just before half-time, and it's the captain who's got it. Of course it is. Runs over to the camera to celebrate. We can remain calm now. We're back in front. We can start to control the game a little bit more, not allow Watford back into this. Since we conceded that goal, it's been pretty much us just knocking on the door, and the two chances that came our way, we took them both really well. Poor ball out from Dawson to Solano, who spots the run of Vargas. And this time, to finish it, it is Vargas. He goes at the near post. That is game, set and match. Watford 1, Forest Green 3. And that is a cheeky celebration from Vargas in front of the home fans. Wow, wow, wow. Full time at Vicarage Road. It has finished 3-1 in our favour. We pick up another 3-point. Carabao Cup quarter-final time, and we face off against Fulham, who sit 4th in the Championship at the moment. Bradley Dack is on the bench for them, but he does not start the game. For us, this is our starting 11, a bit of a change-up. So Dest keeps his spot at right back. I believe he is one of 3 players, or 4 players even, to actually keep their spot. Rice, Kovalenko, and more as well. Other than that, everyone else has been changed and substituted in. El Ghazi into the feet of Ayoze Perez. His first touch is good to take him away from the defender as he now goes towards goal. Perez straight at the goalkeeper. The rebound, though, falls to De La Vega, whose header is straight at the goalkeeper. Perez, great work to get him in that position, but then he's got to pick out the corner. Gravenberch out to El Ghazi with a little bit of space to work with. The chip back into an unmarked Ayoze Perez. And there is the first goal of the game, 13 minutes in. There was just no challenge on him from a Fulham defender. And Perez makes sure to score with this head. It's a good pick out by El Ghazi as well on this left-hand side. He actually had 2 players in the box to aim at, Kovalenko and Perez. It goes to the latter, and he scores. Fulham get a chance to put the cross in. It's a great delivery, and Taylor Crossdale will make it 1-1 here at Craven Cottage. What a pick out by Davis on this right wing. And then after that, another moment of where's the defence, pretty much. We scored with Perez doing the same thing. And Taylor Crossdale, completely unmarked, heads home. 2 very similar goals in the game. And we've not even played half an hour yet. Well, just under half an hour. It's a bit different to what I was expecting from the game. Let's just say that. El Ghazi's ball through first time towards Perez as he's going to get the touch. Why is the defender just ran back there? I don't know. But Perez will score. And it's Fulham 1, Forest Green 2. It was a really strange decision there. If you saw it, it looked like they tried to play an offside trap, which was just way too late. Number 26. See how he stops? This is something I've seen before in the My Player Career mode, so I really don't know what it is. Remember, this is legendary as it is in the My Player series as well, so maybe it's just, yeah, the AI on legendary do it. I don't know, but very strange decision anyway to make that little movement, and that probably cost him the ability to be able to get back in time to potentially make a block. But Perez scores, and I'll tell you what, we have struggled in this game to dominate it. Into the last 2 minutes of the game as Josh Onomah tries to have a go from distance, and it is saved by Moore, and it's a vital save as well. And that is the full-time whistle. We advance through to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. But there was a late moment where maybe, if Moore wasn't alert to the danger, that could have been 2-2. It was a fine effort by Josh Onomah. And Fulham are very unlucky, actually, that they weren't able to get anything out of this game. Because for times, they were the better team. We got the job done in the end, though. But now we move on to, I think, Arsenal away in the Premier League. We're actually at home for this one against Arsenal, so we do have home advantage, but their team is looking pretty decent. I still think, on paper, it's fairly evenly matched. For us, basically, we've gone back to our normal standard starting 11, if you will. Obviously, Bardi's still out injured, so he plays no part, but our front three, Vargas, Solano, and St. Maximin, with St. Maximin now at 87 rated. He's just gone up by 1 as we entered into this game, which is pretty good to see. If we could get Solano and St. Maximin to like 90 by the end of this season, we would have a formidable attack moving into next year. Early touch for Bukayo Saka as he breezes his way into the penalty area, pulls it across, and Tammy Abraham is going to have the easy job of tapping it home. But it's Bukayo Saka who creates it. Somebody that the home fans inside this ground know all too well from his time with us. That is brilliant from him, really. Shows why I have so much respect for Bukayo Saka, and the reason I wanted to bring him back, because he was so good for us when he played. And yeah, he made it look so easy there as he just breezed his way into the penalty area, had the knowledge to pull it across. Tammy Abraham probably won't score an easier goal all season, and the worst possible start we could have hoped for has just happened. Well, I say that, we could go 2-0 down pretty much minutes later. That also wouldn't be helpful, right? Vargas using the pace to try and get in behind here, and he's done that with the cross back into the middle. Kovalenko smashes it in, and I honestly didn't think there was going to be a chance. What a finish! But when the cross came in, I thought for sure Arsenal would deal with it. I don't know how we ended up getting this. Vargas uses the pace to go down the left-hand side, puts a ball into the middle. Oh, it's two players. It's Mustafi and the number 4, Grimaldo. I'm not sure who's playing left-back for Arsenal, who both go to challenge. Neither one gets there. And on the volley, that is sensational from Kovalenko. And it is 1-1 at the New Lawn. Here is Kovalenko again with the over-the-top ball, looking for St. Maximin. Kimpembe's made a bit of a meal of this as St. Maximin will put it across towards Solano. And Macy gets a touch on it, but it's not enough. And now we find the lead. And Presnel Kimpembe will have questions to answer, because the ball over the top from Kovalenko, well, it was all right. I mean, it wasn't anything spectacular, but Kimpembe just sort of gets himself in an all sort of a mix-up, and at that point, St. Maximin, excellent spot, pulls it across. Solano has the pace behind it, even if not the accuracy, into the corner of the goal, and Macy can't prevent the goal from going in. Offside against Arsenal and against Bukayo Saka, and that will do us for the first half of football. We will go in at the break, leading by 2-1. Hang on a second, because that ball through, Solano will get there. Is there to be a chance at the end of this? There is. But Macy will keep it out. I nearly said Leno. It's Matt Macy. Bergwijn out wide towards Martinelli. Another former Forest Green Rovers loanee. And now Arsenal look for one last chance. And it's going to be a penalty. As Aya dives in to what... Oh, I thought he was going to shoot. I tried to block it. And he didn't shoot. He played the pass. And we took him out. Oh, man. Have we just thrown away a win? I mean, that's right on the edge, ref. Benefit of the doubt, surely. Make it a free kick, not a penalty. Oh, it is a penalty. And now then, Dean Henderson against Nicolas Pepe. With 45 seconds to play. Arsenal need this to work! Henderson saves it! Forest Green Rovers 2, Arsenal 1 remains. And that will be the final score as long as we can defend this corner. Don't get ahead of ourselves yet, it's not done. Bergwijn to deliver. Henderson, claim it. Thank you very much. He's the hero at the New Lawn. And we get the win. Get in. What a moment from Dean Henderson as our final game of today is away at the King Power Stadium to play against Leicester. A tricky game this one, but the way the team was playing, I had so much confidence that we'd come here and get the victory. And things started off very well for us indeed, as Kovalenko laid the ball through to Solano, and in similar fashion to his hat-trick goal at Brentford earlier, he dragged the ball back and found a similar area of the goal as well. So we were leading by 1-0, and it was the duo who created it. But Leicester, they came back, and we knew they would. They've got a pretty decent side, and in recent games against us, they've given us some pretty tough tests, as Henderson was forced into a save just after the 15th minute, but they did have the ball in the net in the second half, as you'll see right here, and we were saved by the official. The offside flag went up very quickly, but at first I thought that goal was going to count, and it took us right until the last pretty much kick of the game for us to get our second goal and make sure of the win. Vargas with a little bit of trickery with a heel-to-heel flick as he got his way through, and then selflessly laid it across for our number 9 for his second of the game, and that was it. So we end off on another victory. It's been a tremendous episode for us today. It sees us up into 3rd in the Premier League still. 3 points is the gap between us and Spurs, with City just in the middle. Sort of the top 3 are the 3 making ways towards the title, and then it's United just behind them on like 8 behind us, I think, or something like that. Our semi-final opponents for the Carabao Cup will be Chelsea. That'll be very, very tough. And I decided to check out and see how Lopez was getting on at Real Madrid. Now, he hasn't actually played for them in the Champions League, so I'm hoping that it's not a bug where he's just not playing. I guess it'll make it easier for us to get him back, but equally, I want him to be playing football. But for now, guys, that'll do us for today's episode. A massive thank you for watching. If you did enjoy it, a like would be greatly appreciated. Until next time, have a great day. Have a great evening. If you are new around here and like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll catch you all again soon. Adios.